Hello and welcome to another video. So around on Monday I was on DeviantArt because that's what I like to do when I'm bored on my computer. And I was on the tag labeled Strange High, and thus my curiosity led me to this image. So I like 'em big. Don't you also like 'em young too? Specifically Matthews from Strange Hill High. I also looked at the description, but we're not done yet. Because there were the comments section, and the description reads, and I quote, "I accused Hallie of being a PDF file because she makes fetish art of children, most of the time, specifically Strange Hill High characters. I just saw Strange Hill High NSFW and Hallie, womp womp, and hates being called a PDF file. Huh? I mean, it's clear that she needs help. I'm into those same things as her. I just keep them private. But one thing I make sure of is that the character is over 18. Hallie clearly understands this, but is to focus on the shows she's interested in than their actual age of the characters. I also accused on Tumblr in her vent post she drew them having intercourse. Could you provide proof? Just don't share the artwork itself." Oh, no. They drew KP too? Man, WTF? No wonder why her Tumblr isn't linked on any of her social medias. Yeah. So apparently Hallie owns a Tumblr, and if you don't know who Hallie is, Hallie's Heck or HallieDraws, if that name rings a bell to you, is an artist on DeviantArt and YouTube. And now Tumblr as mentioned previously. And while her art style may look good, what she draws is, to at our surprise, Strange Hill High, as previously mentioned, Dandy's World, and Word Girl. And you may be wondering, why is that a bad thing? Well, on her DeviantArt page has her arts with those exact characters from those exact shows that I mentioned, drawn in fetishes like inflation and vor. And believe it or not, the Strange Hill High victims of these art pieces are Stephanie, Becky, Credonia, Matthews, and our boy Templeton. Yes, they got him. And thankfully I will not be showing these images because they are weird as hell. And I also do not support and condone these actions of hers. And neither should you. And do you want to know how old the students are? According to the Strange Hill High wiki, they're 12. As a graduated high schooler myself, I did find this a bit confusing. And as a confused individual myself, I googled up the age of an average high schooler. They're 14 to 18. Freshmen are 14 and the seniors are 18. It's still weird that the wiki thinks that they're 12 years old. Why? Because of one statement from Bogavir? And why? Because of a comment made by Becky? They just don't sit right with me. And this is a similar statement I made in a comment on Valeen Roach's video on a degenerate in the Word Girl fandom, which is a video that I absolutely recommend. The comment reads, and I quote, "She reminds me of another artist who would do the same thing. Most of her fan art has inflation and vor of Miss Question from Word Girl, and I kid you not, some of the characters from the British children's TV show Strange Hill High. The wiki states that they're 12 years old when they are supposed to be high schoolers. You can blame me for thinking that the students should be 14 or more, but I do not want to be harassed for it. Also, don't harass the people mentioned in this video." But what about her other social medias? Let's delve into her YouTube channel, Hallie's Heck. While I was on my other phone, I stumbled upon an edit of the twins from Strange Hill High. And the person who made it was none other than Hallie. Well, on her YouTube channel, it's mainly just edits and speed paints of Strange Hill High and Word Girl. Nothing really big on her community posts. Oh, and she's also the one behind those Strange Hill High characters as Dandy's World Tunes videos. On her edits, yeah, this is the part where I have some criticisms about them. Thankfully, I did not watch a lot of her videos because I want nothing to do with her. The edits aren't really terrible. It's about the ships that were being featured. The ships here are Stephanie x Cardonia and Bishop x Matthews. Now, I don't have a problem with any ships, just don't make it weird or somewhat sexual, especially if it's a minor. That would be pro-shipping, which is another thing that I do not condone. Now, if you've watched the show, then you might be wondering what these relationships are really about. Stephanie and Cardonia are the titled mean girls of the show, especially Stephanie, and they share the same voice actress. In reality, they're seen as best friends. It's fine for you to headcanon them as more than that, as long as it's not weird. And now let's get on to Bishop x Matthews. I'll actually consider this problematic, and here's why. Let's start with Bishop's character. He has a gangster-like personality, and he has two catchphrases, yo and in it. And he's also part of the gang of bullies. And this is where Matthews comes in. He is a student at the school whose personality is that he's always happy, and he's shown to be a bit accident-prone, as shown in a few episodes that sometimes he has occurred with injuries or bad luck. Now, with that out of the way, you may think Matthews and Bishop are on good terms with each other, right? You must be absolutely crazy for thinking you actually know the dynamics of each of the characters. Now, Matthews getting abused is a reoccurring thing that happens in the show. Most of the times it's for comedic effect, but I'm the one listing the times where he was placed upside down in the bin, and one time he was confronted. By who? None other than these guys. And Bishop happens to be one of them. Meaning, Matthews is canonically a victim of bullying. And the fact that she ships them just makes it even more terrible. But I don't think we're done here on this section. There's a specific scene in the episode Inner Crompy where Matthews offers Stephanie to be his Valentine. She rejects, but up comes Credonia and she says that she might, and we'll discuss it while no one's looking. Sadly, however, this wasn't the case, as Matthews states that she wasn't his type, and Credonia dumps him upside down in the bin, which reveals to be a gateway to someone else's head, meaning she will have hinted feelings for him. But that isn't the case because the show got cancelled. That's all I have to say about the shippings, nothing too bad. But what I do want to talk about is that not only does she have inflation as the main thing, but there are also other fetishes, like diapers and the blueberry inflation. It's a reference to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And I'm mad that it's a fetish. Very mad. I would be surprised if the people having intercourse in question were the Strange Hill High students, but I personally don't know who else it could be, unless it's from something that I'm familiar with. So in conclusion, Hallie might as well be a certified PDF file. From drawing fetish art of what's supposed to be kids, to straight up drawing R34 of them. It is straight up abysmal that she would cross such a line like this. And before I end the video, need I remind you, this video is not meant to harass anyone. But however, it's to spread awareness to those who are new to the Strange Hill High fandom. And I'm kind of an example. I also want to give shoutouts to Cartoonist Gamer for this piece of art that led me to make this video, Victor Calavera 12, Misfit Squad, and Villain Kaiju for their comments, even though 2 of their accounts are deactivated sadly, but thank you for making this video possible. See you next time.